What's going on, everyone? It's been quite some time since my last video. Alright, so in today's video I'm going to show you guys this Bitcoin trade that I took, right? But just to preface this, it's wartime, right? Shit's really hard to trade. For some of you, you trade really volatile assets, good for you, but for me, I trade Bitcoin, Nasdaq, gold, and apart from this one day, the other days were just quite shit, right? So I am in drawdown, not by that much, just -2, -3%. As you all know by now, I'm running a hedge fund and I'm open to investments from retail traders and also high net worth individuals. So if you are interested, let me know and I will show you the track record for my high risk portfolio. Even though I'm saying I have a team. Alright, so I'm working with a couple of partners, I'm working with a brokerage, all that good stuff, right? So if you are interested, you can definitely put in a comment and I'll reach out to you and I can get you more information about this, right? Okay, so in today's video, imagine this: taking a trade, going and playing Assassin's Creed Shadows, and then getting this notification saying that, yeah, TP hit, right? That's exactly what I'm going to show you today and how that trade panned out, okay? So first of all, you have to understand that we had news today, right? So in terms of looking at news, right, we're going to be looking at investing.com, okay? And upon looking at investing.com, you can see that if you open the economic calendar, okay, if you open the economic calendar right here, and if you filter it to only high impact news drivers, because we don't give a shit about the low impact and medium impact, you can see that today at 8:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, we had Philadelphia Fed Manufacturing Index. And you can see that the numbers were worse than expected. Okay, the numbers were worse than expected. Now, how does this translate to price action? Yeah, if the numbers are actually worse than expected, what will happen? If we are looking at Nasdaq and Bitcoin, say if you're looking at NQ and BTC, right, we understand that the hedge fund strategy, or I think it's a hedge fund, yeah, hedge fund strategy used to be known as MicroStrategy, they are now part of Nasdaq. That means they hold a lot of the supply of Bitcoin, okay? So if this company's valuation fluctuates as per Nasdaq fluctuations on a daily basis, then Bitcoin will fluctuate as well, okay? That means that if there are any bad economic news drivers, right, anything bad, anything that's negative, it means that Nasdaq will go down. And if the value of Nasdaq fluctuates to the downside, then this company strategy, or formerly known as MicroStrategy, even that will go down. And if that goes down, it's a reflection of its balance sheet and income statement within double quotes, within air quotes, right? That means that people are gonna take their money out of Bitcoin. So having said that, once the news released, which is at around 8:30, right here, what I did was I took advantage of the sell, right? And you can see over here, right? You can see over here, my algorithm gave sell signals, okay, right there, gave a sell signal right here. Although it was a bit late, still there was a position that you could have taken over here, which is also known as my TTA model number 3, a high probability sell opportunity over here. I took my sell right here. I'll walk you guys through how, okay? So first of all, you have to understand, how, Sean, are you going to come to the conclusion of taking a sell? What is the technical levels in play, right? So as you all know, I look at Malaysian SNR for my key levels. So if I go to the daily chart, right, if I go to the daily chart, I can see this. You see this here? This guy right here, this closing price over here, that is my QM level, right? So for those of you who don't know what a QM level is, it's basically, in this case, a resistance level, right? Oops, it's a resistance level that looks like this. All right, so let me find my damn arrows over here. It's a resistance level that looks like this. So it's this guy right here, okay? And if I show it to you via line chart, it look exactly like that. See that? Same story. Okay, perfect. Now that you understood that, right, what we're going to do is we're going to now drill down to the lower time frame to see exactly what I did to understand that, okay, yes, this is indeed the high formation, right? So this boils down to my one-on-one concept, which is basically the fractal inducements, right? So the fractal inducement that we are looking at, all right, the fractal inducement that we're looking at is over here. And if I look at price action, wow, induce, hit a key level, and price is going down. So upon hitting the key level, upon doing the inducement, how am I going to get that sell? Right? First of all, we're waiting for my special macro timing. What is my macro timing? Between what time? 5:40 to 11. That is my daily macro time, right? So this is the spot where in which I will get a buy program or sell program within the daily cycle. So this is my daily macro. Okay. Now within this, I have other timings which I'm not going to disclose. Right. There's another timing, of course, I'm going to teach you guys, which is the 9:40 to 11 macro. But in that 9:40 to 11 macro, see what happens. Tuck tuck down. So that put me in drawdown a bit and they went lower because I entered a bit early, right? Because now I have very specific criteria. I have updated my entry criteria to make it a bit more high probability, okay? And of course, it's not going to work when markets are shopping like a fucking bitch. Excuse my French. Pardon my French. All right. So here, when we saw this happening, right? When I saw this happening, let me take you guys to replay mode. All right. Right here. What happened? What was I looking for? Well, first of all, as you guys know, I look for an inverse gap. So what happened is price rejected. Now we're looking for price to close below. Okay, there you go. Here. Now when this happened, what I did was I pressed sell. Okay, excuse my alerts. I press sell immediately, right over here. And my stop loss is of course going to be 15, 20, 25 pips. In this case, I did it at 20 pips. Right there. Alright, and my take profit, okay, my take profit was this. Remember, I have my concept of 3 standard deviations. I did this. Alright, and that was my TP. Even though it was very, very, very obvious that price will go here. But Sean, if you know that, why aren't you doing this? Why are you targeting 3-4R when you can just go for the full pull? Well, my friends, it's because now I'm managing a fund and I need to generate returns. I cannot risk price reversing and I cannot risk a break even, right? So what happens is I'm gonna do this, and when I build up a sufficient buffer of, let's say, 10%, 15%, 20%, then I have that buffer of break evens and losses that I can actually withstand to take bigger trades like this. All right. So looking at this, that's my IFVG. Let's mark it up. IFVG. All right. And now what we're going to do is we're going to watch it play out, right? Because remember, we had news. News was bad for Bitcoin and bad for Nasdaq. That's enough fuel to trade lower, right? Now assume, Sean, that you took the entire trade. Assume you took the full trade. What are you going to target? Well, if the data is bad, what is there that you can target? Session lows, previous day low, right? So as you know, we work based on the daily candle, weekly candle. So what's going to happen? Also, of course, a 4-hour candle. Sessions belong in the 4-hour. Daily, of course, belongs in the daily, and the week belongs in the weekly. So in this case, it's Friday. What are we going to target? The easiest one, which is the current day's low. And let's see if price did hit that. Yes, it did. Right? So you can see price did that perfectly. And during this time, I was simply playing Assassin's Creed Shadows, a birthday gift from my girlfriend. Now, having said that, there is a setup that I am indeed eyeing, right? I am indeed eyeing a setup over here on gold, but however, it's pointless eyeing this setup because look at the time, it's 12 o'clock. Time right now is 12 o'clock, and if the time is 12 o'clock on gold, it's almost going to do what? It's almost going to finish in terms of its settlement price for the week. Alright, so that, guys, is pretty much it. Alright, so now if you are interested in my hedge fund, if you are interested in the PAM, I will put the link down in the description below. It's in my website, finservcorp.net. I have updated my website, so you guys can go and take a look at that. You can inquire about my one-on-ones, which, by the way, I'm running a 50% off right now because it's my birthday month. It's at 1.5k instead of 3k, so if you want to take advantage, you can send me a message. And of course, we have Uncle Shawnee's trading den where I send profitable setups every day, except for the past 1 week. It was fucking shit. Alright, full transparency, no one else is going to say this. No one else is going to say this. Oh, my system is perfect, blah blah blah. But I don't see anyone saying, oh, I had a losing week, oh, I had something bad. No, it has to be positive to gain subscription revenue. What to do? Alright, so I barely make money with you guys subscription revenue. I make at most $200-300 a month. So yeah, so anyways, we have Uncle Shanti's trading den, profitable setups sent every week except for the last week or two. And we have my hedge fund, which you can invest $1,000 and above, looking to make some good gains. So if you are indeed one of those people looking to make some money on the side, you can definitely send me a message and I can hook you up. Alright, so with that said, I'll see you in the next one. Good luck and good trading. Bye bye.